Hi, I'm Dan Flowen, President of Professional Materials Management, or PM2 as we're better known in the marketplace. I'd like to spend a few minutes today to share with you some ideas that you can take home to your companies to help you build a rock-solid inventory foundation that'll ensure that you move to the next level of productivity and overall success. Now, when I think of building a solid inventory management foundation, I often draw analogies to the world of boating and sailing, so I'll be using some of those analogies as we move along. So our backdrop for today is in sunny Safety Harbor, Florida at the Safety Harbor Marina, so welcome. Now, speaking of a rock-solid foundation, I want to present one to you coming from the mariner's world, and that's the lighthouse. You know, the lighthouse is the very focal point for a ship captain to navigate narrow channels, warn of danger, and get a fix on his position. The lighthouse is the very foundation of the mariner's world. Here's a famous shot of the lighthouse that stands on La Vieille Gemont in France, which in English stands for the Old Mare. Built in 1904, this lighthouse has stood for over 100 years. But let's take a closer look. Look down in the doorway of this lighthouse and you'll see the lighthouse keeper standing in the doorway as this huge wave engulfs the lighthouse. I'll bet he's glad that his foundation is rock solid. In the process of setting your course, there are some key waypoints along the way that I'd like to call your attention to. 4 in specific. The first is a physical setup. Where is the inventory going to be located? Do you need to procure new equipment at all, and how is that going to be laid out, and where are the inventory commodities going to be stored for the needs of the end user and things of that nature. Secondly, what are your data needs and what is your system's implementation plan going to be? Many of the companies that we work with don't have an inventory database at all, and they're needing to start from scratch, and they're needing something to be able to load into their software system. Thirdly, once the system is loaded, what is the user training going to look like? And very importantly, what is the culture change process going to look like? How are we going to get buy-in on the plant level and the end user level to make sure that this process goes smoothly? And lastly, what is the measurement and management plan going to look like as you pursue this new process of managing inventory effectively? Now, once you've cleared the decks, you should probably have some room to move some things around and organize them in a way to really get things into ship shape. The question is, do you have a storage problem or an inventory problem? And that's it's an important question to ask yourself as you move forward in this process. 3 key things I want to bring out here. Number 1, 3 different ways to kind of group products and make them effective for the users that are drawing upon the inventory. The first is family grouping, which is, or you could call it commodity grouping. So all the plumbing is together and the fasteners are together and the electrical is together. Depending on the needs of your users, that might be how your users need the inventory to be organized. Other options might include equipment-based grouping, where all the parts for a particular machine are located in this particular aisle. Another strategy is activity-based item placements. That is, if it's especially if it's a large storeroom, or if you have some point-of-use areas out in the plant, based on the activity of those parts and how often they come for those parts, that will dictate where those parts are placed, if they're placed out on the plant floor or if they're at the front of the storeroom itself. Key things to consider is try to manage to 1 location per item. No mixing or stacking of different items on the same location or the same shelf. And try to develop a logical and simple location numbering scheme that anyone can understand so that they don't have to walk around the maze trying to find a part. And I think it's also a good idea to post a storeroom layout prominently in several places around the storeroom so it's very clear what storage location is where in the storeroom, and that'll help people find parts in the storeroom. For many companies, the very next step, once the storeroom and inventory is in ship shape, is to develop an item database, because many companies don't have that for starters, or maybe they need to improve upon their database because it's not useful in its current form. Three key things to focus on there. Number one is validate and build the item content from shelf to database. What I mean by that is there are a lot of data processors out there that can standardize data for you, but they're really not validating the parts that are actually on the shelf. And so it's important to, if you're going to have an inventory that's going to be active and perpetual, that the database includes a function that collects the information straight from the shelf and into the database. Secondly, make sure that it's rich and complete item information. That's oftentimes a shortcoming of a lot of databases, where there's not enough descriptive information in the item description for a user to determine one from another. So they wind up going to the storeroom to figure out which item they truly need, and they can't base it just based upon the quality of the description. Thirdly, make the item catalog standardized and searchable, and you'll see at the bottom of the slide here kind of what I mean by that. In the product description column, where all fuses line up and all types of fuses, time delay fuses line up, and they all line up in a way that are easy to search in the database. So that's a real good, I think, foundation to build to include into your inventory management software system. Once you embark on an inventory management process enhancement, it's so important to believe it and stay the course. Accept and embrace the fact that you're in the inventory management business. Treat your inventory like it's the foundation that it truly is to keep your plant up and running. It's so important to track all part movements, receipts, and issues religiously, not once in a while, all the time. Become obsessed with inventory accuracy and security so that it becomes a priority. It's a visual priority for anyone who enters into the storeroom management arena. And be sure to perform routine cycle counts to make sure that the inventory is accurate and that it's serving the needs of the users 12 months of the year.
So, are you ready to build a rock-solid inventory foundation? Do you have the proper corporate sponsorship? Do you have budget set aside, and have you started to work on your plan? Do you have the right resources and enough resources to really see it through to the end and do it right the first time? You know, PM2 has built an entire business around helping clients build rock-solid inventory foundations. And one thing we've learned over the years is that the sooner that you implement and complete this foundation, the sooner that you'll begin to realize the cost-saving and productivity benefits of having such a foundation. So we would welcome the opportunity to speak with you about your particular initiative. I invite you to visit us at www.pm2online.com, and we'd love to spend some time with you to explore how we might be able to help if you need some help. I appreciate your time today and hope you've learned something. Thank you very much. I appreciate you joining me.